There we are. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Dreamy Dreamland with Sensei Al Bob. Hey, here I am. I'm in my elevator office, and all is well. Hello, that one person. And let's see, what time is it? I have a doctor's appointment around 1. Uh, yeah, about an hour from now. So I'm just getting back into my homeostasis. I went up to see the unmentionable one and his family. And I spent Thanksgiving with them, and they just had a ton of food and yummy. The mommy bear there, she's amazing in cooking. Just amazing, right? And she makes these meringue, hard pressed meringue cookies with fruit and savories. And she made hundreds of them and put them on plates and kept them all around the house for like 4 days straight. So, I have diabetes. And I said, no, I shouldn't eat that. No, I should, but it's like from my grandma made this. And she also had strupla and a whole bunch of other great Italian pastry type things. And anyway, she had them there for days all over the place. And so I said, well, I'll just have one. Well, forget that. I had, lots. So by the time I got home, and I was, heading to New York, but that didn't work out. So I went up to the Unmentionables, went up to the school, up to the hill, and because he had been, I was calling him and said, "Come on down to your parents' house for Thanksgiving. This is great." And he wouldn't do it. And no, you have to come up here. Don't be with them. They're terrible people. Ah. Anyway, so when I left them the day after Thanksgiving, I went up to see him. He said, "Oh, come up, stay with me the rest of the winter." Right? Get there, doors open. The downstairs is cold because he hasn't built a fire in a great, amazing wood stove, and he's bought these chunks of I don't know what they are, like pressed cardboard or something. But you put them in there, you light them up, they burn. I mean, it's not even you don't even have to know how to start a fire. And he's got the electric heat on, and it's still freezing down there. And so he comes down barefoot and in his like little, hot pants, shorts, and he's just like, and I give him a big hug and wish him happy everything, and he's like, "Are you gay?" And I said, John. Anyway, so he goes, "It's too cold," and so he goes upstairs, and I'm right behind him, and he locks and I said, "Dad, don't lock the door." And I come in, and he's got like 80 electric heaters on. No wonder his electric bill is like $3,000 a month. It's like anyway. So I'm talking to him about this, that, the other thing, and he gets nervous. You have to go downstairs. So I go downstairs, and I'm just sitting there in the cold. And he says, Did you steal all the electric heaters?" And I said, "What?" He goes, "There are no electric heaters." I said, "John, you got them all upstairs on. That's where they all are." And he goes, "Oh yeah." So he runs upstairs and he comes down with the smallest electric heater. He goes, "Here." I said, "John, I don't need it." And then he runs upstairs with it, and he comes down 5 minutes later, and I had started doing a live chat to you guys, and he comes down and goes, "God just talked to me and said I can kill the dog if it attacks me, and you're the dog." I said, "So you're going to kill me, John?" He said, "You're the dog. God said I could kill the dog that attacks me." I said, "Okay, John. See ya. Bye." Got in my car, drove away. It was 10 a.m. So I drove all the way back to the deep, right? And so it's about 200 miles from here. And he has sent me a text saying, "Al, get here, the house, right now, as soon as possible. Get in your car and drive now. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun time. We will get tons of food to get snowed in with, and I'll get it tomorrow. Get here, get in your car now, and drive now." Well, I have a doctor's appointment right now, and I have another one tomorrow, and another one after that. So I don't think I'm doing. Then we're supposed to have 3 weeks of snow. Right? So anyway, So am I supposed to drive there, get there, and then have him throw me out again? Because God told him that he can kill the dog, right? So that's an experience of, so the unmentionable one I've known for 10 years, and 7 years ago I sold him to school, and I was there for about 3 years trying to help him, get a life, and he threw me out 32 times, and I came here. Right? And so the last 4 years I've been here. And all those winters I had people who wanted me to watch their house, take care of them while they were sick. I took care of a bunch of people during COVID time, which was fine by me. It made me warm, and was helping somebody else. It was good. Right? So that is how to live your life. Be of service, and you'll be fine. Right? So a good, so I've tried, since August to find a gig like that, and really hasn't. And that's why when the unmentionable ones, mom offered me her place in New York. It's like, yeah, that's cool. I called up my New York friends and said, oh, that's great. I see it. Right. And then when I was there, the oldest daughter told me, oh, you can't go there. I said, why is that? She goes, well, that house ain't just mom's, it's brothers, and they've been fighting it over, and no one's taken care of it in 5 years. And I went there in September, and electricity was off, the gas was off, there were rats and cockroaches and bed bugs, and you wouldn't want to be there. So that was the real decider why I didn't go to New York. And the universe was saying, don't go to New York. So I came back here. I mean, I went up to see John because maybe, but I didn't last 20 minutes. So Freud said if you do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome, no. So am I supposed to use the last few pennies I have, drive 200 miles up, and then have them throw me out again? No. So, but this is what I do. So I've been looking for stuff around here to do of service, and I find every day and every way I take the piece of yours and make it stronger. Not a problem. But I go to I'm a member of 3 churches: the Ku Klux Klan Southern Baptist Church, the Methodist We Own Everything Church, and the Roman Catholic Pagan Church. Now, I go for fellowship to all these churches. I mean, I go for studying the Bible. I go to Bible studies. Right? Because it's nice. It's a small group. We I know the Bible really well. I've been doing it now for 6 months, and these people, like, when I first showed up, they were like, who are you? Some of them knew who I was, but I've been here 20 years. And, but, I don't, there are a lot of people in the Bible study who want to show you how well they know their Bible, right? Well, they really don't. They can quote it. They don't know it. They don't live it, right? I would take whatever part of scripture we were talking about. I wait to my turn when no one's saying anything. I would say, I just had an experience, and I would tell a story, right? And that leads me into this story, right? And this story is, so I went to church Sunday, because I don't go out to Bible studies on Sunday. It really lines up. First I go to KKK Southern Baptist Church, then I go to the Methodist Church, and then I go to Catholic. And they're right in line. They're like an hour and a half from each other, right? I mean, time-wise. I go there to the first one, spend 30, 40 minutes there, get in my car, drive about 10 miles to the next one, and spend 30, 40 minutes there, then drive another 15 miles to the Catholic Church and spend 30, 40. But I don't really go to their services, right? Been there, done that. But so I'm part of all these churches. They all really care about me. They're all, you're going to be warm this winter? No. Can I stay in your basement? No. Does your grandma need to be taken care of? No. We're just going to let her die. So one of his churches, so the guy in charge, I show up, like for Bible studies. And I catch the end of that Bible studies, and I'm not going to go anywhere because it looks like it's going to snow or rain or do something. So I'm just going to turn around and go back home. And the guy in charge comes over and says, no, come with me, Al. And we go down the road to where the school is, and in the gymnasium, they set it up for big spread, right? So he says, I'll be here in about an hour. So just, sit in the kitchen and go online and do a live chat, which I did, and they could go back and see me doing live chat. But before that live chat, I would sit there in the kitchen and was a little hungry, and he brought me a bottle of water and one, deviled egg. They had a million of them, but he brought me one, which was nice, right? But that just set off my taste buds. So I went into the walk-in and I found cases upon cases, like 20 cases of industrial size whipped cream, right? And each case had 30 cans, right? So, it was 500 cans of industrial sized whipped cream. Really? So I take one can, I put it in my mouth, and breathe in the nitrous oxide. And then do this and fill my mouth full of whipped cream. And so I pick up that box that I've opened and take it out to the table and the nice chair that he put out for me. And I start enjoying nitrous oxide and whipped cream until the point he shows up looking for me. And I'm on the floor covered in whipped cream. And, does he get mad? No, I wake up to him laughing, right? He goes, oh, you found my stash. So, anyway, he cleans me, gives me a towel. I clean myself off, boil the whipped cream. And so he puts me out by the door where I then do a live chat and greet the people as they come in, right? And after most of them have come in, I put I sign off and I go out there and he grabs me and he puts me at this, and they have these tables that sit maybe 12 people, right? Maybe more. And big long tables with nice chairs in this gymnasium, and there are about 24 tables, right? And the whole thing of this is that they do it 2 or 3 weeks before Christmas, right? And it's so the people who still live in those colonies, who have been going to this church their whole lives, when they're now 90 and they were born into that church. So they had kids, but their kids kind of in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, got their high school education, joined the army, or went to college, or did some kind of life, married somebody, lived in Ohio, blah, blah, blah. And then they came back to take care of mom, right? And now they're the grandparents and their kids have gone on and done that. So this whole event is set so these people can come back, multi-generations come into this and have this Christmas dinner 2 or 3 weeks before Christmas, before the Christmas hecticness gets carried away, right? So he, puts me at this table, right? And I'm sitting at the head of the table, right? And he brings over this old lady and sits her down, and he goes, Emily, you know this guy, She goes, do I? And so he walks away because he's in charge of everything, and so he's doing all of that. And I'm sitting there, and he said, don't worry about it. I'll bring you food, right? You don't have to wait on me. So, he's, so it's this grandma, this mama, and me, and I'm saying, so how you doing, right? She's looking at me, and I kind of put my hand in front of her like this, and she doesn't see it. And then I just talk to her, nice weather we're having. And she goes, blah, 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 blah. And then I go real close to her ear and go, so, what's your best memory of Christmas? And she was like brought back to life. tell me this story when she was a little girl, and her father and her papa, and they climbed up into the woods and Christmas tree, and had a horse. One of the horses pulled that really big Christmas tree, and it like fit their whole cabin, and they made the decorations, and they had candles on it, and mother made her first new dress that she ever had that was not made out of like a potato sack, and got new shoes and new socks, and was like, wow. And so that was her dream, right? And then her oldest daughter, sat down and was in her 60s, and um, and I'm watching her listen to her mom tell this story, and she's crying, and after that, her mom finished that story. She goes, "How did you get her to talk? We thought she had dementia and Alzheimer's." And I said, "No. Haven't you noticed that she bumps into things?" She goes, "Well, we just thought that was part of her Alzheimer's." I said, "No, she can't see, she can't hear." And why she kind of mumbles is because when she hears someone talk to her, she can't really hear what they're saying, and she doesn't know who it is, so she just mumbles in return, right? And then I turned to her, I said, "So, Em, tell me a story about your lovely daughter here and Christmas," right? So Em tells a story about, so when Catherine was 10 years old, and we had a beautiful Christmas, right? And um, that Christmas day, she got all her presents that she got, and she put them into boxes and wrapped them nicely and put them in a big red cloth bag that we had for laundry, and she carried it to the other side of the holler to where these people who are real holler, they just getting by. There were two girls, and she gave all her Christmas presents and food. She brought food that we had from Christmas Eve dinner um, to them, and spent Christmas with them, and then came back to have dinner with us, the whole family. And so her mother and Catherine and me are all crying. And by this time, the whole family is sitting down with their food, and they're like, and a couple of them are already spooning it in, but most are just listening to this and like. And then I say, "Welcome to the blah 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 family um, Christmas dinner, and my name is Al. And why don't we just hold hands and thank God for this bounty that we are about to receive? That in every day and every way, it's Christmas, and we will take the peace of the earth from this moment on and do our best. Amen." So, so everyone, is looking around. And I said, "Listen, Catherine, what's your best story of Christmas?" And then we're going to go, everyone to eat and listen to these stories, right? So Catherine tells her story about her brother. Her brother tells a story about their uncle, and it just goes back and forth, and everyone's eating and listening to the story and like really being enthralled, right? Now looking around, and the two tables that are on either side are listening to these people's stories. And I like turned to this one, the guy at that table and said, "So, hey, why don't you guys tell your stories? Hey, why don't you people tell your stories?" So within about 15, 20 minutes, all 200 people at those 12 or 24 tables are munching away and telling stories. They're laughing and they're crying and they're hugging and they're kissing and saying it's the best Christmas they ever had, and they're so happy they drove the 200 miles or 400 miles to come to this. They were thinking maybe not to do it. They were too busy, blah, blah, blah. This was the greatest event in their life. And so after 2 hours, people started going off to wherever they were going off to. And the guy in charge, it's just me and the people cleaning up, and I'm helping move the chairs, and stacking them up. And Emily, the old lady, she is actually dragging chairs across over to me, and her whole family's like taking it upon themselves to clean everything up. They weren't like, they didn't volunteer, they weren't assigned, but they're doing it. Right? They're not making money at it. They're not, they're not paying the rent by it, but they're doing because they feel so good to do it. Right? And so they kind of leave, and then the other minions leave, and everything's cleaned up and washed, and the guy in charge is he comes over and gives me a hug and said, "Now this is why I came and got you to come to this. Right? I knew you would do something." And so we then went off into the walk-in fridge, and one cake that didn't get eaten was the chocolate German apple Kuchen layer cake. It's like, so we sliced it up. Like we both were like squirting the whipped cream in our mouths and stuffing the cake in. And that didn't help my blood sugar too much. So I'm still getting my blood sugar back. So right now, since then, here it is Tuesday, that was Sunday. So I've been a really good boy, right? Just been drinking water, not eating any carbohydrates or sugar, but I can still feel it in my fingers. You can feel it in your fingers, and my blood sugar, it's not anything over 200 is not good. But mine, I usually keep between 90 and 120. And since Thanksgiving, my blood sugar has been between 120 and 200. And gone below. Now it's starting to go below 120. So I'm getting it back. And yesterday I got my blood work done. I did this and went to this doctor. Right now I'm going to see another doctor because I have a little bit of a diabetic sore on my leg, but it's no. I've had my whole legs black. We have to cut these off. You're going to be dead. I said, no. I'll deal with it. I need those legs, right? And I still got them. So, anyway, so that's the story. I could really use something in my little PayPal. It's Christmas time. It'd be nice to see it. I went on my PayPal account. It's still there. It's waiting for someone to put something in. Remember, due to wait 42 at Gmail. Due to wait 42 at Gmail. I'm here for you. More than 100 people have, got a hold of me, and basically started. They're more than the cadre. They're the adepts. I mean, they had real issues. They want to commit suicide. Their life was totally terrible. And pretty much all of them. And I've been talking to these people since I've been doing this, not just recently. So it's been rewarding. That's why I do this, because every month or so, someone will get a hold of me and goes, I've been watching your YouTube channel. It's so great. It's really, 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 really rewarding to me, and I really feel good about it. And so that's good. Right? But I have this problem. Can we talk? Sure. So if you're in America, go to the due to wait 42 at Gmail. Give me your phone number. I'll give you a call. Right? If not, we can communicate on email. And you can send me your palm, both sides, and I'll get a little insight on what's going on in your life. And I'll be glad to help you out, because that's what I'm here for. I do this not to get paid. All of my teachers said, you can't charge for this, but you can take a gift. Somebody wants to give you a gift. That's fine. If you want to give a gift, I really appreciate it. Don't need to, because I'm doing this because I died in 2014. And when I was having my life review, they said, oh, you're doing a great job, but you got to go back and do that 11%. So I'm here to do the 11%. What I did last Sunday probably was a whole percent in itself. So, 11 more Christmases, I'll be good to go. So Um, that is the story. Since no one's really chatting and no one's even here, I'll let you watch this later on. Let's see. Let's go on and see what. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, ba,
Alright,
ba.
you're thundering wine, but you make love, no? No! Come out! Wait, brother, wait. You're not my brother no more. Mira, Effie, I think this will make love. You know, this one is new to me. It's very pretty. Like this. You, give me your room. Alright, you're thundering wine, but you make love, no? Alright, you're thundering. Alright, you're thundering. Alright, you're. Let's take a look at an old idea whose destructive power. Everybody is freaking out about this, alright? It's called the ice hack. And this has been on the news a couple times, but they keep taking it down because they know that it's exposing the lies of the weight loss industry. Now, this ice hack is absolutely phenomenal. All right, people are losing weight so fast they can't believe it. All right, and my grandma gave it a try. Check this out. That's my grandma now. She lost over 74 pounds in 8 months thanks to this ice hack that she saw on the news. All right, and actually, lucky for you guys, I have the exact video where she learned about the entire process. I'm gonna stick that link down below. But I'm urging you to watch it because they're always taking this video down because they know it's telling.
Okay, let's see. What is this? Just a crass commercial? See, highly acclaimed Dr. Holobash hack, top doctor breakthrough, calorie burning, 80 billion weight loss business. Watch this short. Watch now. Okay, maybe.
Taking this video down because they know it's telling the truth. I'm putting that video down below.
Oh, there I am. I'm live. Love's Christ is in all of us. Set it free. That's this show right here. Videos. Right. Merry everything, happy everything, happy everything. Let's see. The old Irish. Oh, there it is. Happy everything is there. Me at the Christmas dinner. 29 views. See if anyone made any comments. Nope. Come on. Why don't you guys leave comments? Come on. Leave a comment.
In 1991, this was 1970 when I picked it off the shelf. So 12 people.
So how many people watched that? 29 people watched it 2 days ago. That's about the average. 29, 29, 29, 31, 40, 21, 19, 30, 26, 71. Here it comes again. 31, 31, 28, 35, 35, 29, 26, 22, 23, 28. Yeah, so 29 is about the average. And I have about 2,000 shows up there. And I actually have now, let's see, Sandra, good to see ya. So you getting ready for the holiday? Are you in the holiday spirit, Sandra? Seemingly there's no one there. Huh. I'm going to be on a few more minutes. How many minutes have we been here? When it gets 33:33, I'll be out of here. So, you guys know Alice Bailey, one of my great teachers, and I was part of that entity that published those books. I forget the name of it, but I found one of her books called Teachings of Esoteric Meditation, right? And what that is how to pray, right? Basically, all spiritual teachings understand about the Christ head. Whether it's Islam, Judaism, Christianity, any flavor, Zoroastrianism, you name it, Sikhs, Zen, they all understand Christ head, right? And what the Christ head is that spirit that connects us all our relations, the we and me. That's what Christmas is about. Go watch the Bill Murray version of A Christmas Carol. And next to Dickens' a book, the written page, because Dickens is such an amazing modern writer. So here it is, 32:57. When it hits 33:33, I'm out of here. I love you guys. Maybe I'll speak to you later today, because nobody's here now. So I got things to do. So I'm going to go do them and come back to you maybe 2 o'clock, give or take. Okay? Okay. So remember to breathe. Remember to pray. Go to any one of my meditations. I'm going to do maybe I'll do a live meditation tonight. I'm definitely going to do a live meditation Christmas Eve, and a live meditation for Christmas Day. Here it is, 33:33. Love you guys.